Hi everybody, my name is Connor McGrath, and I want to talk to you about something that's really been bothering me for a while now, alright? Stupid people, alright? Now granted, I've been called stupid before, I've been called, like, retarded, all that stuff, right? And yes, I've acted stupid before, but there are some people out there who are just way too stupid to even, exist. So, I'm going to talk to you about the 4 stupidity levels that I have come up with. Stupidity type A, stupidity type B, stupidity type C. I'm sorry about that. I'm being stupid. Haha. Alright, so A, B, C, and D, of course, right? So, let me start with stupidity type A. Now, this is probably the most blatant occurrence of stupidity, making it easily recognizable. This includes people who think, oh, I'm going to get myself high on the day of the state testing because it will be amusing. This includes people who pull out their cell phones and try to text inconspicuously, but end up being such a big show that after the teacher had told them explicitly that they should put it away 2 minutes ago. This includes sophomores who think it's funny to stick their finger over a turned-on Bunsen burner just to get entertainment pastime, right? And this also includes other stupid things like, kids do, whatever, right? Now, what is it about stupidity type A that attracts people? Your guess is as good as mine. I have tried to attempt to understand why people do something blatantly stupid, and I can't seem to find an explanation. I'll just chalk it up in the heat of the moment. That being said, my mother has suggested I find a softer alternative for stupid to use in such situations and call them unwise or that's foolish. I, however, think that both carry the snootiness of a 17th British scholar, and would rather opt for the blunt and to the point stupid. After all, if you saw someone sticking their hand in a fire, would you say, hey, stop that, that is foolish? No, you would sit there and say, are you stupid? Get your hand out of that fire. Unless you're like me, of course, but if you do know me, I just sit there and laugh. Alright, so that's stupidity part A. There's stupidity type B. I like being annoying to attempt to put myself up and fail miserably. Now, I'm not going to name any names, but damn it, I have so many friends. Excuse me. I have so many friends for this type of stupidity. It's not even funny. Alright, now, I've also been, a practitioner of this variant of stupidity, but here's an example. Now, this is last year, right, and it's in the hallway. I'm a loser, and me and my friend Jessica are in a play together, right? And I'm trying to gain acceptance in the, to music department and everything like that, and I want to fit in somewhere. So I'm sitting there. Hey, so Jessica says, hey, Connor, and I say, yeah, I was wondering, do you know when play practice is? And what does she say to me? It's called rehearsal, and you could always check their schedule yourself. Oh, right. Owned. Most of the time, people exhibit the type of stupidity because when they're trying to gain acceptance or someone to show that they're in the know, right? So they would ask things about random stuff that they already knew or could very easily find out for themselves. Here are a few more prime examples from my real life experiences. All right, male friend, let's call him Pat. Okay, he pats me on the shoulder. Haha, you can't forget the specific incident at State Science Fair 2006. That was hilarious. And I'm sitting there, wait, you weren't even in the school in the State Fair of 2006. You're an idiot. How could you have seen me? Female friend, okay? Let's call her Betty. I'm typing up notes for an advanced biology class. By the way, what's the name of the storage pockets in the eukaryotic cell? Are they vacuoles? Me? I look it up on Wikipedia just to find out that they are, in fact, vacuoles. Female friend, let's call this one Lucy. If there's something wrong with me, I shouldn't be able to memorize 3 pages of Spanish conjugations in only 10 minutes. The fact that you're even, concerned about this worries me. I mean, if you can, memorize that, that's great. But the fact that you're worried about it, I shouldn't be able to do this, you're stupid. Alright, I hope you can see the pattern going here. This type of stupidity is rather annoying because it's not even true stupidity. It's the person trying to fake stupidity in order to hint at their supposed underlying intelligence or in-group status. Unfortunately, reverse psychology is not elegant when it is blatantly apparent and easily evaded. Alright, the type C stupidity, or the I can't seem to accept anything you put in front of my face. This kind of stupidity makes me want to pull like chunks of hair out of my head. This is the stubborn, like slap in the face kind of stupidity that usually leaves my mouth gaping in awe, wondering how an average IQ of American manages to even reach 98. The simplest example would be showing someone an apple and saying, like, showing them an encyclopedia article, having a professional come in and confirm, saying over and over and over again, this is an apple, this is an apple, this is an apple. And having the person you're trying to convince shake their head, that's an orange. Yeah, old habits die hard. But at some point, one surely must step back and realize that they are wrong. The true test of stupidity comes when someone is insistent that their method of thinking is incorrect despite supporting data, significant statistics, plenty of visible evidence, and proof through experimentation. And, it's stupid, okay? I'm not going to go any farther on that. Stupidity type D, or the I'm stuck with a 5-year-old mindset and I can't attempt to figure something out for myself. My personal pet peeve, more than other 3 types of stupidity. This is the one that best sums up my opinion of the plague. For this one, I will use a personal example. Now, I started messing around with Linux late last year, actually, and my first distribution was Ubuntu, okay? It's like some weird, lingo, right? And at this time, I was, to be simple, like a noob. I was clueless. I had no idea, and the first thing I, had to do was, type something up on the whole language, right? And if I had been a stupid loser, I probably would have felt so helpless that I would have broken down and cried, right? Rather than just be independent about it, right? I went up to my teacher and I asked, "Hey, how do you do this?" Right? This is just completely confusing to me, right? Kabutin is stupid, and so he explained the problem to me, and I understood it. And after a while, I said, wait, he already said this in this problem. This will make sense, all right? Now, this is what really just grinds my gears, is the people that go up there and say, I don't get this problem, and jabbing at one specific question. In the later case, all I get is one, you get the answer, and now that I think about it, that is exactly how our my computer science class worked, right? All right. So I would actually ask people I would ask my teacher, how does this problem work, right? And after learning that, I would be able to combine the previous knowledge I learned to expand and learn something more encompassing, more better principles, general problem-solving methods, and skills that wouldn't apply to the specific program that we were working on, but many others that I would later, do. Now, I really don't understand why ask for help is the first thing students are encouraged to do. They are unable to solve a problem for themselves. Why is it that they must go up to a teacher? It really sets the wrong mindset for a student, honestly. Instead of emphasizing the fact that they should go get help, the teacher should really emphasize on the fact that they should go and figure it out for themselves, or even better, and consult a peer and other resources before actually going to them. That being said, I do not condemn ultimately asking teachers for the help. I just dislike hastily doing so unless it's extremely necessary. So look something up before you actually, try and get the final answer. Alright, so that's the 4 types of stupidity. And just I wanted everybody to know exactly what it is that I was feeling about the whole subject. And, yeah, if you have anything to say, leave me a comment. And, yeah, have a nice day.